We're late for a very important date. No time to do or run or hide. We're late.
I know that song. Or poem or something.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't remember. It just shows up.
Really?
I've got this engagement. I've got 2 engagements tomorrow with lovely people. Engagements, I do.
That's nice, actually, isn't it? To engage.
To have 2 engagements.
Yeah.
I'm late.
No, not with rings.
No.
Yes.
No, there's only one engagement, Victoria.
Yes.
Galaxy, welcome to another exciting episode of the Feel It Real Fun Show.
Hello, Galaxy. Do we feel like we're in your face?
We're late.
Yes, we are.
Well, I can actually read it when it's that close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're so pretty, babe. Like they don't mind seeing you.
Well, I mind seeing me when I'm that close.
Well, your job is to read.
All right, okay.
Don't
I'll
look
just
at yourself.
Look out there.
That's right.
Cool.
Lisa and LaRock. All right. So, welcome to another exciting episode. All that stuff. Penny is here, and Frank.
Fun for all on the 10th of May, 2024.
They wouldn't let me have the cheese today at the store.
I know.
I'll work that into I will work that Gouda cheese into a story today, somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm
well,
sure
you already have.
I already have.
Told me about it.
Anyway, but it'll
probably told your mum about it. The girl knew about it.
Oh, she was there.
Yes.
My mom was part of the action. Anyway, join remarkable.com or do it all on your fucking own. Right?
Well, they can't.
Oh, they
could.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, absolutely.
Do it all on your own and never show up.
You notice how much I said? No, I mean just do it on your own. Period. Just go to Reddit.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You can go to Reddit. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. I read it.
On Reddit.
Yep, I read How to Kiss a Girl.
Oh, whoops. Cancel.
Oh, dear God. And feelitrealfun.com.
There you go.
All right.
Wow, that was short and sweet.
All right. So, Victoria.
Yes, and it's your manifesting questions answered live.
Your
it comes in.
manifesting questions answered live. Alex, thank you. And good on you for not putting the S at the end, because that just screws things up. It's just joinremarkable.com.
Good on you.
All right.
Instead of Remarkables.
No. If you put HTTPS, that doesn't work because it goes to a web page on a website.
Oh, weird.
Oh, yeah. All kind of new rules that make no sense.
Okay.
All right. But they keep you safe from yourself. It's like when you have to go to the bank and prove who you are after somebody commits fraud on your credit card.
Yeah, the S at the end was meant to be secure, wasn't it?
Right.
So we haven't got the secure joinremarkable.com. It goes somewhere else.
No, it'll secure when they get there, but it's not. The website forwards to a page.
Oh,
okay.
Got you.
That's right.
All right.
Anyway.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I have to prove who I am with 17 pieces of identification. But the asshole who didn't have my card in Arkansas didn't have to.
Went to Walmart, and probably already took the goods away.
Yeah. Well, it was 4 days ago. But I seem to digress.
I know.
All right.
So it's your manifesting question. Your manifesting questions answered live.
Yeah, you can tell it's festering in my mind today. Victoria.
Yeah. What? Manifesting.
You're festering in my mind, Victoria.
Well, you've festered in mine for so long. That's why I'm saying manifesting.
That's right. Might as well have some fun with it.
Okay.
All right.
And the first question today is from Sara.
That's Sara without an H.
How to reprogram the subconscious mind. And Sara asks...
All right. This is getting repetitive, isn't it?
Subconscious mind.
All right. So my first question is why?
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 Why do you want to?
Why? Why do you want to reprogram your subconscious mind? Why?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to make something up? We can pretend you're Sara. Why?
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Because I want to know how.
Why?
Because I got one. A subconscious mind.
Why?
And I think I need to reprogram it.
Why?
Because it's going all over the shop.
Why?
And I need to control it.
Why?
I don't know.
Now, it invariably always comes down to I want something in my life that I don't got yet, and I'm not getting it because I believe that that I have something called a subconscious mind, and also that the subconscious mind has this thing called programming in it.
Yes.
So let me get this right. You have a subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind has programming in it. Right?
It doesn't want you to have what you want.
All right.
Oh, no.
All righty.
Yes.
Okay. On the other hand, what does Neville Goddard teach? And I know he mentioned subconscious mind a long time ago in a book. And you'll notice later on, a long time ago he said, to sufficiently impress upon your subconscious mind.
Impress. Yes.
Now, for me, that's like a bad date. I'm trying to impress Victoria. Right? We'll see how that goes. Right? On the other hand, later on, Neville said, to sufficiently impress upon yourself. Because people started doing this whole thing, oh my God, there's something in there called a subconscious mind. I can't find it, see it, touch it, taste it. It's got to be real because I can't see it, touch it, taste it. It's got to be real. There's no evidence for it, right? Got to be real. And since it's real, what's it got to have? Programming. Yeah. And because it's real and it has real programming, that's why I don't really get what I really want. Versus radio. What if we just did what Neville taught in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of examples and lectures and all that good stuff? Right? So you can totally skip all that. You can start feeling it real. So why would you bother to reprogram something that doesn't exist or have programming when you could just, radio, slide into who you choose to be?
Yeah.
Anyway, great question, right? Just goes to show you, right? Just because a bunch of people say something doesn't mean it's like calories. Calories in, calories out, all that good stuff.
Yeah, well,
it's called bullshit.
You're thinking more about that from yesterday, since downloading the new app and working out.
Yeah. More on that later.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, so that was for Sarah without an H. Thank you very much for your question.
Next is Joseph with an H.
Joseph with an H.
Yeah.
How to imagine myself a kung fu master like you. And Joseph asks...
Now you got to sing this one like the Who.
I really want to know.
I really want to know. Who are you? Who? I really want to know.
You're getting ready for Alessandra.
Oh, yeah. You'll never guess what I'm singing with Alessandra tomorrow, Jason Bourne.
It's all my fault, apparently.
Yeah, she totally ruined it.
It just popped up, and I said, I thought...
Oh, the song that I was going to sing, I was playing it because I've never heard the words before, right? I just hear where the words come from. And so Victoria said, do you know the words?
Yeah.
And I just gave her the look she gets about 10 times a day, right?
All the time, yes.
And so it's like radio. So we looked up the words, and then following that came the Jason Bourne song. And she said, you should do that. And so I wrote to Alessandra, she ruined it. She just totally ruined it. Now I got to do Jason Bourne. But anyway, how to imagine myself a kung fu master like you.
Did he actually ask that, or did he just ask, I really want to know?
Yeah, he asked, and he really wants to know.
Oh,
so I just used that as the title.
Plus it was in his question.
Yes. I really want to know. Mary, welcome to the show. Alex.
Okay.
Colby is apparently here. All right.
Yes.
So, ready? So when you begin as a martial artist, now there's a point for everything that I say, right? Everything. Ain't that right, Victoria?
It is.
It is true.
I learned that many moons ago.
That's
yes.
Right. So when you start taking lessons, you learn form, basically how to throw a kick. As time goes on, you learn how to throw a kick smoothly and quickly. The two go hand in hand. And as you learn how to throw a kick smoothly and quickly, you also learn how to throw it powerfully. Now, it's in that very specific order of experience, because if you don't know how to throw a kick and you don't throw it smoothly and quickly, but you try to throw it powerfully, you're going to damage things on you. Not fun.
Yeah.
So that's where we begin. Now, what happens, though? So, I absolutely fell in love with learning how to throw a kick smoothly and quickly.
Yes.
And then powerfully. And then learning how to actually hit someone with it. That was a whole other ballgame, right? Because you could throw it smooth and powerfully and properly, but if you don't know how to, hit someone with it, there's no point, right? And then, as time goes on, something happens over the next couple decades of play and practice, is you rely less and less on speed and power. Your body gets a little older, you can still have a lot of fun, but you really start discovering finer and finer distinctions around timing and distance. So the older martial artist may not look all that impressive, but for some reason that young buck who thinks he's got his shit together, it just ain't pretty, but it's fun, right? So how do I imagine myself a kung fu master like yo? I really want to know. I'd fall in love with kicking and punching and moving and grooving. It's It's like the writer who never writes, the singer that never sings, or the teacher who never teaches. What I do, I absolutely adore doing. I got home from the market today, a little bit later than I should have, talking with my mom, unpacking with Victoria, telling her all kinds of lovely stories. and we decided to do a total game change plan for the lunch.
Yes.
Which has me instantly grab 1 kilogram of ground lamb, that was for the puppies, and then grind up pork rinds and add 2 eggs, and then grind up some pork rinds and add it all together, and
put cheese on top, and then bacon,
and then put it in the fry pan, poke cheese into it in a very classic Native American style formation, and cover it with bacon, and make myself...
was it the medicine wheel on top, was it?
Of course. And make myself... It always is.
I didn't notice. Yeah.
Always go in the right orders and everything. And so what I have is the world's biggest bacon burger, made with lamb mince, a little bit of cluck, a little bit of oink. Oh my God, it's going to be a whopper, right? Now, I love cooking, and so I can manage to squeeze in probably 20 minutes of prep in 7 minutes. Oh my God. And then keep asking Victoria, does this go in the dishwasher? Does this go in the dishwasher? Does this go in the dishwasher?
Leave it, I'll sort it. Yes.
Right? And it's a lot of fun. So how do I imagine myself, a kung fu master like me? Let me ask her a question. Even when I was at my physically worst during lockdown and stuff, right? Did I play a little bit every day with something? Every day, all the time. Yeah. So it's all about you, right? When you adopt an identity which has you enjoy exploring what you would do as that person, identitybasedmanifesting.com. Boom. All right. Cool. So that's where I'd begin.
Identitybasedmanifesting.com, yep.
Truly.
Check that out, Joseph with an H.
Joseph with an H.
Okay. Cool.
So we started out today with Sara without an H, Joseph with an H, and then we have Teddy. Teddy.
And Teddy asks, how do you get to 3.8 million listens on the podcast? And TT's answer is...
All right. I love talking. I love sharing good shit. I really, really love hearing your aha moments. I love Tabitha has joined us, right? I love welcoming people who are dancing. Right? I love you guys. And so, what I'm doing is I'm tossing out goodies for good people to find. So how do I get to 3.8 million listens? Let me tell you something, right? So years and years, many, many, many moons ago, I decided to be a podcaster. And I told Victoria.
How long actually was it ago? Was it...
Oh, you were still working.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you were doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah. See, she doesn't remember the traumatic incidents in life.
No.
Except for that one when she was growing up. Yes. But I seem to digress. Right. Oh, right. What's life without family?
So it was while I was working you did the podcast.
Oh, I tried. I was all excited. Ryan Dice and friends were all talking about podcasting and all that bullshit. So it's like, rightio. So what do I need to do a podcast? And you got to set up a website with a server, and it needs an RSS, and you need to propagate it, and you have to do all this shit.
Yeah.
And I fiddled with that for about 4 hours and said no.
Right.
And Victoria came home one day for lunch. La 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 la. Yes. How's the podcast going? We don't talk about that ever again, right? But here's what happened. Years go by.
Yes.
Not that many. And something called Anchor.fm shows up.
Yes.
And Anchor says, hey, host your podcast with us, and we will propagate it to the best 3 places. Then they made it 10. Then they made it 14. And I went, all right. And Anchor was pretty cool. You just push a button on the thing, right? And you record, and it does it, right? Really cool. Problem, 5-minute, right, episodes. I want to do an hour-long podcast. You are listening to the voice of Mr. 2020 for a whole damn hour. Right?
He'd love that. Yes.
But they only let me do 5 minutes.
Yes.
Right. So I start pounding out episodes every day instead of once a week. And I start getting a regular following because I'm treating them like I want to be treated, like oxygen. Right, so instead of you having once a week to listen to something for an hour, like the old TV shows, remember that back in the old days? She's not like the rest. Where you'd watch Lost in Space, and then you'd come back next week. And the only thing he'd remember between episodes was Penny was hot. Right? Judy I could live without, but Penny was hot. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway. How do you get to 3.8 million listens on the podcast? I fell in love with podcasting, with aha moments.
So Penny was on that as well as Gilligan's Island?
No.
Who was on Gilligan's Island?
Oh, no, that was Judy.
Well? No. There was no Judy on Gilligan's Island. There was... Anyway, sorry.
Actually, was it Judy that was hot? No, it was Judy that was hot. No, it was the brunette. I had a thing for the brunette.
Yeah.
The younger girl, because I was a younger guy.
Yeah, okay.
But then, who was the hot one on Gilligan's Island? Mary Ann. That's it. Yeah,
okay.
Love me the Mary Ann, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginger I could live without. But anyway, Mary Ann, got them ponytails.
That's right, and Ginger was the sexy one.
Yeah. But Mary Ann and ponytails. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Sorry,
right.
Didn't mean to seem to...
Oh, that's it.
Oh,
you didn't get me to digress too much.
Okay.
So, 3.8 million listens. Again, I fell in love with doing something. The state of happy, loving teacher found another medium. Oh, wow. To share the message in. Right? So it's just called fun for me. And by the way, did I imagine the number? No. I just imagined the thrill of worldwide impact. And then I started discovering we had these things called local listeners. Right? That was freaky. Right? Because I was imagining
there was a guy just up over the hill.
Yeah, just up over the hill, right?
He used to listen to you.
Yeah, invited him down for a whiskey one day.
That's right. Where did he go?
He bought a house someplace far, far away.
Oh, right.
But he sent me a message about a year ago.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, good on him. Goodbye.
See.
Right.
Okay.
So I think that's a good start. 3.5. That's Teddy without an H.
Eddie.
Yes.
Yes, Tina Louise's Ginger. That's right, Joe. Cool. Okay, so that was for Teddy. Thank you very much for your question.
That is right. Colby has a good point. Fall in love with I don't know rather than what I know. Yeah, really. I mean, the podcast
nice.
is a continuous exploration of me exploring an edge. And for those who want to get on the cutting part of it, join remarkable.com.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And the next question is from Kevin, Reinventing My Relationship.
All right.
Kevin asks, I'm trying to manifest better my relationship. My goal is I easily have a mutually safe, deeply loving and deeply satisfying relationship. But my girlfriend is very resentful because she's holding in mind old stories that are very one-sided and is lost in her own prison of thought. This causes her to be very negative and blaming, which is putting me out of state. How to deal with this and lighten the situation between us? I love my girlfriend and live with her. We spend a lot of time together.
All right. I'm going to start at the bottom.
Yes.
And work up, just for fun. Ready?
Yeah.
I love my girlfriend. Cool. I would bathe myself in that. So I'm making the world's largest bacon burger today. It fills the cast iron skillet.
It does.
Do you have any broccoli left over?
Yes. No,
Is there room?
can't.
Is there room for it in my skillet?
No.
No. Is there room for anything in my skillet?
Nothing.
Nothing. Right?
I'm having chicken tikka masala.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I digress. Yes.
Right. So odds are in your chicken tikka masala, you're not going to have room for much of my bacon burger.
No.
No.
I don't need it.
Right. So when there's no room in the inn for what you don't want in there, you can't come in. So really surrendering more and more to the love. So there's been war in our bedroom. In our bed.
Bedroom.
In our bed.
What's that?
Well, not just the puppies. Yeah, they'll do it once in a while, right? Yeah.
What's the other war?
So we go to bed,
Yes.
and it's nighttime,
Yes.
and we're in bed
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Ready to go. And something really interesting can happen. Like I can lay there, and at 3 a.m. be awake, and I can be at war with being awake and I'm at war with being awake, I find myself going to war with every single thing on the planet. There's a dog next to me. Bruce, move over. Oh, God. Victoria's what? Snoring. Right?
Yes.
Oh, it's been so many days, minutes, or hours since we've... And war to war to war, because there's room for war. Because I'm at war. On the other hand, if I can simply surrender to enjoying my bedtime. I told Corey, who loves a story, at the pool. He asked what's your sleep like? And I told him, I said, I dedicate 8 hours a night to being in bed.
Yeah.
When I stopped really caring about how many minutes I think I'm awake and how many minutes I assert I'm asleep, right?
Women's are in bed with you. No, sorry, yes.
Yeah, it just becomes a lot more pleasurable, right? So how do I deal with this and lighten the situation between us? Between you two, there is a situation, right? Now, this is what's really, really cool to notice. Lose yourself in love. The more I lose myself in love at nighttime, while I'm just laying in the bed, if I'm awake, I find myself lovingly thinking about her, the puppies, you guys, because war opens the gate for war. More opens the gate for more of that. This is a really interesting exploration, because when you notice, you don't got to change the relationship. All you got to do is just notice how you're relating to anything, to everyone, at any time. Just let the love become more and more dominant. My girlfriend is very resentful. If I'm going to go with a Neville answer real quick here, just remember when she was like that. In a typical week, her or I can have quite a few upsets about anything. And then we can take the other person's upset and make it personal. And then invites them to make it personally about us. And then just things can go really, really weird. On the other hand, if I can just remember when she was upset. So let's talk typical marriage dialogue. Ready? Let's pretend Victoria's upset about something.
Like right? She always is.
Yeah. Let's pretend she's upset about something like she always is. Right? And I say, are you okay? Right, that's what the bumper sticker says to do. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. Are you upset? Are you upset with me? Right? And it just goes shit sideways, don't it?
Why would I be upset at you?
Yeah, exactly. Right? On the other hand, if I can just notice she's got an upset going on. Has anybody here this week had an upset going on? If I can just remember when she had an upset going on, right, that's lifting her up. I don't get to get involved with her content. Yeah, I get to get involved with her redemption. And then she does the same thing for me, because I can get upset about all kind of things. I got up this morning, and it's like, what? Yeah, $385 Walmart in Arkansas. Are you fucking kidding me? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a tiny upset in there. But if she took it personal and so on, I would say, all right. Yeah. But if she just lifts me up, a quick resolution happens, and that's happening as we speak. So, cool. Yeah. The situation, remember that in the past by lifting her up now. Because she's just been stuck in a place, that's all.
I must admit that where he says, my goal is, and then he says, I easily have a mutually safe, deeply loving, and deeply satisfying relationship. It's sounding all very affirmation-y.
Yeah, a lot of auditory.
Yeah, and that it's like almost something that's just getting, this is my, do you know what I mean? So,
instead of defining it, let's discover it. We did the show where we talked about when he looks into your eyes, what do you feel? See, here's what happens. So I'm shopping, right, the other day, and the phone rings. There's not many people that have my phone number. This is one of them. And I'm shopping, and the phone rings. That's not what I did, right? What I did was, right? So I'm talking to the fish girl, right? Hi, fish girl, right? And she's getting us fish. And, it is Victoria, right? and I bring her on the glasses, right? So I can imagine.
Did I ring from the home phone?
I don't know where you rang from.
Okay, sorry.
You rang from you weren't in the store.
No, sorry.
So she rang me up, and I'm eager. Right? Oh, it's Victoria. I didn't look and go, I wonder who it is. Right? So even just revising those reactions, those seed times, right? So I get to discover my reaction when she calls me. Wow. Instead of defining the relationship, I can discover, wow, I'm thrilled she's calling me again today while I'm still shopping.
Yeah.
How's that, Victoria? I call you.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and then she doesn't answer. But Bruce cries.
Oh, I know. If you call on the home phone, then it goes to the message bank.
Oh, he cries.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
And he hears some strange person saying whatever it says, something like...
Then he hears his dad.
Yeah.
This is my dad.
I know, and he starts crying.
See, Bruce has got a reaction. I say, I'm appreciated when I'm gone.
Oh.
All right.
Cool. Excellent, Kevin. So that's good.
I think that's a really good start, because we're making the shift from about something out there called a relationship to in the moment. What's the experience? Oh, I got to sneeze. Hold on.
It's too long. Okay.
There we go. Are we back?
Yeah.
All right. So, Victoria. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, just gently remember when she was like that. And a lot. By the way, because if she's resentful and she's calling you on the phone, good Lord, oh, it's her. I love her, but here comes the stories. Mary says, we're going to toss this in.
Yeah.
How do you guys stay slim and healthy even though you seem to be always cooking and salivating over large, juicy portions of cooking? Yes.
See more.
Yes, and see more.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hit to see more, but I got it, Mary. Cool. Ready? Yeah, have you noticed? So I've lost a significant amount of weight this year.
Yes.
Right? I'm back where I was in 2019. Right? Like literally almost to the milligram, right? According to the app, right? Pretty cool. So 5 years of dumb shit gone in 5 months. And people say, right, how'd you do it? Now here's the cool thing, right? My eating has changed because my imagining has changed. Now here's the cool thing. Not everyone who eats like I do, and I'm just going to grab my experience for a second here. Not everyone who eats like I do experiences what I experience. Not everyone who sends out an email every day makes a difference in the world or a decent income, right? So I imagine something. I change my identity, identitybasedmanifesting.com. My activity changes, what I eat, right? Not by much even. And by the way, I eat a lot of good food, and I enjoy what I eat. And so it's not like I'm doing a diet to make a difference. I've made a difference, and so my diet has naturally changed.
And your body craves that.
And my body, and I'm eating what I crave. I am eating what I absolutely adore. And the scale says I've lost like 33 pounds this year. I've probably picked up at least 10 pounds of fat. So let's say I've probably lost 43 pounds this year. I'm sorry, I've picked up about 10 pounds in muscle. Yeah. So I've probably lost about 43 pounds of fat. And when you do how many chicken legs are in a pound, that's a lot of frickin' chicken legs, right? Yeah. But it's pretty darn cool because I imagine something different about me. And my behavior's changed. And the responses to my behavior's optimized. And some people, they go, oh, I'd get fat and have a stroke just looking at what you eat. You sure you want to fucking do that?
Yeah.
You sure about that? Right, oh, 20. All right, that's your option. So, great question, Mary. I'm glad you asked it. And you've just given Victoria an exponential amount of work whenever she's editing the show.
Yeah, so what are we calling Mary's question? The title?
The Mary's title. How about fat versus food?
Okay.
Just for fun.
Thank you.
Fat,
just wanted to get
how
that in.
How about fat, food, and fun?
Fat, food, and fun.
Yes, because I'm having so much fun. I mean, like literally, today I will eat the better part of a whole kilogram of lamb mince, you know, the better part of like 7 pieces of bacon with cheese like shoved in. Good Colby, or good, not Colby cheese, sorry, Colby. Good,
Gouda.
no, it wasn't the Gouda.
I thought you
It was the
said.
tasty. No, they didn't let me have the Gouda cheese at the
Oh,
store.
yes, sorry.
So
I got you.
it's the good tasty cheese from Blue Bay.
Yeah,
Just yummy.
we love that cheese.
And I'll pound through most of that, and I'll feel fantastic, elastic, bombastic.
Cool.
So, great question, Mary. Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, it also comes down to that whole thing like with acupuncture, because some people say, oh, you got sciatic, go get acupuncture, help me out. And then the person goes and they come back, oh, it didn't help me out. And somebody else says, oh, go to a chiropractor, that helped me out. And they go to the chiropractor and that doesn't help them out. I'm like, radio. And they asked me, what are you doing? I said, do fucking nothing. That helped me out. Right? Just, I said, look, you got to start imagining results before you do anything. When you really now haven't gotten the results, you'll find yourself doing what you need to do. End of line. Look at us go. All right.
You go. Yes.
And Victoria, any comments with the dieting, eating food bit?
Oh, I wouldn't know. Yeah, don't know.
All right. End of line.
Thank you, though.
All right.
Good question. And the last question today is from remarkable Lisa and LaRock.
Lisa and LaRock.
9/11 Imagining.
That's right.
And Lisa asks, hello, 20 in Victoria.
Hello, Lisa.
Hello. I experienced a trip to the emergency room recently. What do we do when or if we're unable to be coherent enough to imagine lovingly for ourselves? I recall your story of going in and out of consciousness during the prison riot. You had apertures where you could imagine. Please share your wisdom. Thank you, Lisa.
All right. So I am always a massive fan. If I can't imagine lovingly for me in the moment, to imagine lovingly for someone else. Anyone else, right? Preferably, like I am not good at abstract imagining. Oh, I'm imagining for the 3 billion people in Calcutta. Fuck, I don't know them. Right? It's just a number for me in a location. On the other hand, yeah, hey, there's Colby. There's Penny. Wow. See, I can easily imagine for you guys, we've had conversations and explorations, right? So I imagine lovingly for Tiny during the riot. I also imagine lovingly for Wilson and Troy. Now, Wilson and Troy were running the damn thing, right?
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
The riot?
Yeah.
They were prisoners.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was being run by the
And
institution,
you were
that's for
imagining
sure.
lovingly for them.
Absolutely. Right? Because they're off on a nutter. Right? As long as they stay on a nutter, more people get hurt. So lift these guys up, right, out of their nutter. Right? But then there's this guy that they called Tiny. And Tiny was a massive inmate. Right? I remember like 3 weeks before the riot, they were passing out winter coats. And we were having the hardest time getting one for Tiny because Tiny was an absolute monster of a guy. Massive.
His name's Tiny, but he's
Yeah,
a monster.
exactly. That's why they call him Tiny, right? And so, of course, yeah, it turns out that Tiny either was a paramedic or claimed to be a paramedic. Right, so it's about 2 a.m. or so, and shit is really at the fan. It is not a good day at work. And Tiny's basically checking on all the hostages. Yeah, just coming in, asking if we're okay, getting stuff to treat our injuries or wounds, that kind of thing. And it turns out that Tiny was an arc. Right? Tiny went to the good guys and told them where all the hostages were so that we could be rescued. Right? So meanwhile, Tiny's coming along and he's giving aid, and I'm imagining lovingly for Tiny. Yeah, why? Because, like, shit has hit the fan. Right? And the other hostages. And, like, when I think of, like, if I was in an ER room and shit had hit the fan, that's what I'd be doing. Now, this begs us to the question of what if I can't? What if it's just tits up? Just like, it's just, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, kind of like, like I'm just out there somewhere. I love Neville Goddard's First Shift, as well as the First Principle. The first shift that he talks about, we've done a few articles and shows on this. Formless and faceless. That's really what you are. You're the silence that hears the sound of my voice. You're the stillness that notices all apparent motion. And when it's totally overwhelmed, all right. I get to let go of the content. I get to let go of the context, even the process. What am I? I am the formless, the faceless, the stillness, the silence. And this is also what it's like at 3 in the morning when you're laying there and you can't sleep. And then it's 5 in the morning and you're laying there and you can't sleep. But you really don't know, was I asleep or was I awake between 3 and 5? Because when you're asleep, you don't know. And often when you're awake, you don't notice. And so just being able to be okay with, Corey, what I do is I dedicate 8 hours a night to being in bed with my wife. Right? You make up whatever you want to make up around that comment, right? But all I can tell you is, since there's less war in my life, working my way back up through the questions, since I'm not at war with being awake at night, I'm at war with her less too. In other words, I'm not loopy. So I can lay there and enjoy, and suddenly it's 5. And it's like, did I sleep or not? I don't know. But I had a delightful night. Versus if I'm asserting I was awake, asserting I was asleep, all that stuff, trying anything. It's a trying way of life, a trying time in bed. I'd rather not have war in my bed or in my bedroom. I'd rather just enjoy the adventure with her. So I dedicate 8 hours a night in bed.
So, like back in the riots,
Yep.
when no doubt you were in excruciating agony.
Oh, it
after all the
sucked
things
to be
that-
alive.
Yeah. So that's when you moved to formless and faceless.
Absolutely. But the near-death experience going hand in hand with it, that really wasn't all that hard. Yeah, here we are, here we're gone, see ya, radio. Like, coming back was a bitch. Right? Because when, literally, when you die, you piss and shit yourself. Right? When you come back, it stinks.
Yeah.
And you're in a puddle. Oh, this is great, right? I just might get shot tonight after laying in a puddle of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Not thrilled. Right? Not thrilled at all. But it's like, I'm back. Well, while I'm here, they made me steak, right? So it's the middle of the night and we're having a chat, right? I'm all bound and bagged up, and so I did some really smart things. Right? So in Kung Fu, going back to the other questions, right, one of the things, at first, distance equals safety. And for improvised weapons, it's always good to have something called a shield. So I pretended I was going into hypothermia. I got him to put a foot of blankets on top of me. And I laid there and shivered. Meanwhile, they're saying, CO, you're sweating. I said, no, I'm shivering. I'm dying. Right? So they covered me with a foot of blankets, right? Because I didn't want to be stabbed.
Oh,
right. So I made sure, right, cover my ass up, right? Yeah,
with a foot of blanket.
Yeah,
the knife won't get through.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna, you're gonna have to work hard to get to me, right? And after a while, it's like, CO, you all right? It says, yeah. I'm hungry. So they actually cooked me up meat, right? They talk about it. I wouldn't eat it because I didn't know what kind of meat it was. All I'm thinking about is where are the other hostages, right? Because we did have a cannibal in the prison. It's like, I am not going there. It's like, sorry guys, I'm not really hungry right now. Yeah, Wilson, you eat that one. Right?
Is that Tiny? No.
yeah. It's that time. I haven't seen Tiny in 20 minutes. Right, not good, man. Not good.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, with all of this stuff, and this has shown up, I should have stuck it in the questions. Fun deficit disorder. A lot of people, they're stuck in serious. And when you get stuck in serious, you want to make everything all step by step by step by step by step, instead of singing a song. And so even when shit had hit the fan, there's a part of me going, radio. Let's see what I can get away with. Right? Foot of blankets, that'll be fun. That's like the cell blocks off the whole bottom tier. Right? So they're gathering up blankets from all the cells and all the bottom tier. All right. That'll be fun. What else? All right, I'm not going to drink anything. All right, so fuck that. Because I don't know what they're feeding me or going to have me drink. So, all right, ask them for food. All right. Meanwhile, I think it's pretty good. What do you reckon, Victoria? How'd I do?
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, the whole thing with fun, right? You got how much fun we got? How much fun we have? Right? What if it was all about fun? Even with all these semi-serious and serious subjects, what if you could just bring a little more fun to the damn thing? So, anyway. So what was that? The wisdom call. We did a call on wisdom. That was pretty good. It sort of relates to all this, but that was the one that we did because it was my birthday month. So if you check out that wisdom teachings call, Pretty good. I have no idea how to market it, but you guys that were there have all given me some good shit, so thanks.
Cool.
All right.
So excellent. So that was from Remarkable Lisa. Thank you very much for your question, Lisa. And what we want to know is tell us what was your hashtag strawberry bit. I don't know. Go for it, babe.
My life is full of irony. Where most people are feeling like they're getting hammered or nailed all the time, I just experience irony, right? Yeah, sort of like going the whole thing with Tiny being such a huge man. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, if I could say the one thing that sort of evolves through a lot of the shows like this, it's being able to step back and notice, where am I getting loopy, and where can I make a shift? Yeah, because if you can make a shift to just anything that we've talked about today, you'll notice in all the questions there was just a tiny shift of perspective, not a here's what you do, but a tiny shift of perspective that leads you to here's what to do. And it looks like Alex is sharing the link to the wisdom call. Good on you, pal. You're awesome.
Oh, thank you, Alex.
Cool.
Very cool.
And you?
I'm sorry. Not there.
That's all
right. Not
right.
sure.
Cool.
But thank you. They were all ace questions. Yeah, thanks for sharing everything. Oh, low power, close.
That's right.
Cool. So they were 20s, hashtag strawberry bits. While you type in yours, go to joinremarkable.com.
That's right. That's one word, joinremarkable.com.
Number of references today about identity-based manifesting.com.
Yep, very good.
And possibly, actually, that is maybe my strawberry bits. Because I remember with the girl, with a few of them, it was like a change. Yeah, like with the guy wanting the relationship, the loving relationship.
Yep.
But I can also see how it fits with Lisa's question. To become formless and faceless, there's got to be a shift in identity.
Yep.
So, so that's my strawberry bit, and also a fabulous package. So identitybasedmanifesting.com.
Yep.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com. Yeah. Cool.
One of the most biggest pleasures in my entire life is watching her assume identities. Because you've always been a very active person. As a general identity, you get a lot of shit done and do a lot of stuff, and always want to have done more than you have.
Yes.
But just watching you assume and move into your identities more and more, and explore your identities more and more, it's an absolute treat, because I can see the peace that it brings to you, and also the power that it brings to you. They're there anyway. It just allows you to access the peace and power that you are a little bit more accurately. And I'll do one more bit with the relationships. Happy loving husband. Can't help but imagine lovingly for her.
Oh, that's another. Yeah, that's a nice bit for him as well.
Yeah.
Was it Kevin?
Yeah, for Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lovely.
So thank you for bringing that up.
Cool.
All right. Have a lovely day, gang.
Guys.
I love you, Victoria. We're going to have a great lunch. We'll plan the timeline. And when I come home from the pool, it'll be glorious. You'll have to tune into the lunch show to see the world's biggest